All right, YouTube, I'm doing a DIY project today, which is working on the washing machine. This machine is pretty old. It's about 15 years old. It's an LG model, and it has been great to us. It is having a little problem with, I believe, draining. When it goes through the spin cycle and tries to drain out all the water that's in the basin, it doesn't do much. You hear the pump running, but it's not draining anything. We've checked the filter, which is down here. We got one down here, and we got our drain tube here. And there wasn't anything in it. So what I believe is happening is there is either something stuck in there and blocking the pump motor, or the pump motor is getting weak and it can't spin it, or the impeller on the pump motor is broken off of the shaft or something like that. We're gonna find out here in a little bit. I took it down from where we have it up there, and now I'm going to put these guys in, which are the tub basin sort of locks, prevents it from moving around, and they just go right back in here. It goes one here, one down there, one here, and one over there. And I'm gonna do that just because it keeps the tub from moving around and causing any damage to it while I'm working on it. Now, originally I was going to take the lid off and take the front off and do all that, but I found out you can just kind of tilt it back and get to it from the bottom. So we're gonna try that method first and see if that works out. If it doesn't, then I'll have to take the whole thing apart. And while I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of clean up some of these areas here with this. And I'm gonna kind of do some work on there to try and clean it up. So that way it still looks nice, and it hopefully will last quite a bit longer, because it's been a great machine. It hasn't had any real issues with it. Just a few things, which is replacing the gasket that goes right here. This one here had to be replaced once. Other than that, it's been a great machine. So I'm hoping that we can get this fixed and we can put a new pump motor in. That's what today's do-it-yourself project is. A little bit of cleanup on the machine, clean it all out, check it all out, make sure it's in top working condition as it should be, and then putting in a new pump motor if it needs one, and it's not just being blocked by something in the impeller for the drain pump. Then Mama will be happy, and everybody will be happy with clean clothes, because she takes care of all of that for us. Let's get on with making this machine work again. A couple of things I've already done is take out the drawer right here, which is now in the sink, and you just push this little button. This drawer normally sits in here like this, and you push this little button and you can pull it all the way out. And I also took off the door that covers up our filter here, and so for that you just push these little tabs and kind of pull it out. And there's a couple of things that I started with that I didn't have on camera because I was trying to check out a few things when it wasn't draining the water properly. Now I have moved on to figuring out that I need to get the pump out and find out what is going on down there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some tools right here. I got some of these tools set up. I got some pliers of various sorts. I've got some sockets. I've got a socket wrench. I've got a little grabber thing, and I've got a screwdriver. These are some of the things I think I'll need. We might need some other tools. If we do need some other tools, I will let you know. I'm gonna install these guys. It's just a very simple installation. We have 4 of these, 2 smaller ones and 2 bigger ones. This special one with this kind of hook goes down here in the bottom on this sort of back side here, and we put that in there. And this hook will go into this sort of notch there, and then we're going to screw those in. We put the bigger one on the top right there. You might have to kind of move your tub basin around a little bit just to get it to fit properly, because if you guys notice, when you can kind of move this thing in here like that, see? And you might have to move that a little bit. All right, YouTube, I got the machine propped up like this, and I got a light under here, and this is what we're working with. This is our drain for the hose in the tub, and it looks like it's in good shape. And this is our pump right here. So we need to take the pump out. The first thing I am going to do under here is take off this clamp for this drain hose. Then I'm going to take off this clamp over here. Can you guys see that one back there? For this drain hose. This is the one that drains to the actual part on your house, the drain part there. And then I'm going to take out this clamp here for this drain hose here. And then I'm going to unplug these, and then I'm going to take out these bolts here. We got one here, one back down in here, and I think that's it. And we're going to do that to get out the pump. So I'm going to work on that, and then we are going to see what we got going on with the pump. There's a possibility there's something stuck right in here. There's a possibility something stuck right here, and this is like basically just drains from your tub into here. So there's possibly something stuck here, which makes it so that the pump can't pump and pull the water out. You see how that works? It would come down through here and then try and pull the water out. Once we get all that off, we'll find out. Now there will be water that will come out. So hopefully you have some kind of towel or something like that, like this, or whatever you need, that you can put down here on the ground and kind of catch the water. Here we go, YouTube. I'm gonna set you guys up something like that. I'm gonna start with these pliers down here and try and get this pipe off here. We got that hose out. There doesn't appear to be anything in here, so that's good. It just goes straight into the tub up there. I don't think we'll have to worry about that. I don't know if you guys can see in there, but there's nothing in there. That's good. Kind of tuck that up there so no water leaks. And this is our pump inlet now. So this is where the water comes out and goes in. And then we're going to take this drain hose off up here. Okay. So that's that hose there. I'm gonna tuck that one on the side over there. And then we got this major drain hose over here, which is probably going to be the one that has water coming out of it. So I'm going to put my towel or rag in here around the area, so hopefully it will catch as much water as it can. Get our pliers on here and pull up our hose clamp out of the way over here, and then we're going to pull our hose off. All right, so we got that one out too. Go ahead and put that over there. I'm just going to use my phone and take a picture of our electrical part right here. Black is on the top, blue is on the bottom. And then this is just sort of like a protective cover that goes on top of this pump. We're gonna pull out our wiring connections there. We got 3 10mm bolts on this pump kind of bracket. One of them is back behind here. So we got one out, it looks like this. Another one is also back up in here, which we got there. That's the other one. So far, these two are the same. Then we got one final one right over here. There we go, and that's also the same size. So you got 3 bolts that look like this, 10mm head, and like that. Now we should be able to just take our pump motor right out of here, just like that. We got one more connector. We have to take out that connector really quickly. There is this connector right here that we have to take apart. It just unplugs like that, and then you can pull the whole pump out. All right, we got our pump out. All right, YouTube, so we got our pump out. This is basically what our pump looks like right here. This is our discharge pump here, and this is the one I believe which is having a problem. We're going to take this apart here. I'm going to take another picture on here so you can see where the wiring goes, and then we're going to take this out with these couple of screws here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is the part I believe is having a problem. We're gonna go ahead and take this out from here. 1 screw there and 1 more screw over here, and then we got to take 2 screws off on the bottom here of the bracket so we can get the bracket out, and 1 screw right in here, another screw right here, and then we should be able to take our bracket off. Now our pump should pop out of here. So there's our pump right there. There's nothing blocking it. Placet Italy's. Oh man, this pump was made in Italy, so that's good. Maybe that's why it lasted 15 years without any replacement. I did buy a new pump right here, which was this part number 4681EA2001T, and it's made in China. It says it's a genuine OEM part. I'm gonna open this up. And there's our new pump motor. It looks similar. It definitely doesn't say anything about we made in Italy on the back. It does say play set, but maybe that's just a plastic. This is obviously made in China, but it does look like it would fit right on here. So we're just gonna line this up on here and see what we got. Make sure everything looks good. Sure enough, looks pretty good there. Make sure it's seated well. And then we're just gonna go ahead and screw that in. Okay, leave that a little bit loose so that we can get the other ones in nicely. We're gonna get the other side in as well. Okay, snug that one up. Snug this one up. Okay, and we're gonna put our electrical connectors back in. We can reference our picture here to make sure that they're the right way. And we got brown on this side and black on that side, so that looks pretty good right there. We're gonna stick our cover on. Should fit on just like that. Make sure it's nice and even all the way around. And we get our last screw in here. Snug that up. All right, so that's our new pump motor installed in there. Hopefully that works. Overall, it's pretty easy. As you saw, I put that in there. It fit in nicely, even though it's not a nice Italy one. It is a cheaper China model that was like 22 bucks, I think, on Amazon. So that's pretty good. I'm just gonna put all this back together and we're going to put it back in the machine, just the reverse of taking it out. All right, YouTube, so I got the faceplate off and now I am going to kind of clean this up a little bit here before I put the new prep paint on there. And I'm also going to clean up down here. I'm going to pull this out. There's a couple of screws and pull that out and then clean up that area as well. And then we'll be able to put some paint on. A little bit of tape here. We're just going to kind of put it on some of these areas here where we don't want any damage to happen. Then we're just going to take some steel wool. We're just going to kind of rough it up a little bit. All right, so that's pretty good right there. Kind of got rid of all the bad parts. I'm going to do down here at the bottom. And then we should get some paint on. We got it all cleaned up. Now we're just going to give it one final wipe down with some rubbing alcohol so that it gets all of the oils and other stuff off. That should be pretty good there. Okay, now we're ready for some paint. All right, YouTube, so that's the first coat right there. It's not super great yet, but it is only the first coat. We will put the second coats on. It does look a lot better than it would have if it was just the rusty grossness that was on there before. We gotta wait at least 30 minutes for it to dry, so I'm gonna let that dry and then I'm gonna come back and start painting some more. I'll see you guys in just a few minutes when we get this thing on a test run.
Mama, I think we fixed it. No water underneath here, so which is good. I think we fixed it. No water, right? Right, Daddy?
Nope, you can hear it draining, so it's doing good.
Yeah?